remember that long cold night, how dark it was. Heart broke, blinds closed, didn't even want to see the sun, no. Like a refugee with nowhere to run. Eyes in my mind held me hostage like a loaded gun, telling me I had no one, was no one.
God, I was too prideful to pick up that phone at 3 a.m. I knew I needed help, but man, I didn't want anyone else to know I was losing it. Somewhere between the deepest hell and lowest low, I heard a voice from overhead saying, son, don't you dare let go. And I looked up from the bottom and I saw you. It was all you. I looked up from the bottom and I saw you. It was all you.
I was at my lowest that night on August 6, trying to wrestle with all the pain and hell I was dealing with. Punching holes, throwing blows, pitching fits, trying not to drown. Wasn't feeling like I was good enough. I knew I just couldn't ever keep this up. Started sinking underneath from all this endless overthinking.
How can I forget? I can't forget spending 40 days in the wilderness, feeling like I messed up too bad, so bad I'd never get out of it. Ain't it funny how heaven comes in the least expected ways? A roommate in rehab looked over at me and said it's gonna be okay. Then I looked up from the bottom and I saw you. It was all you. I looked up from the bottom and I saw you. It was all you.
Circling the church, my heart was beating out of my chest. Couldn't make a sound or even say a word. Try to pick up my phone, call my wife and tell her how I feel. But my hands were heavy as 2 stones, 10 and 2 stuck on the steering wheel. How do you worship when your soul ain't got a song to sing? It's hard to remember when your heart forgets the melody. Jesus, when all I had was your name on my lips, that's when I sent an SOS to heaven, and heaven broke in to come and rescue me.
I looked up, oh Lord, I looked up from the bottom and I saw you. It was all you. I looked up, I remember when I looked up from the bottom and I saw you. It was all you.
Sometimes I gotta look back at the man I was to remember just how far you brought me, how far I've come, all those little victories won.
I'm so glad you always see the best in me. You always knew the man that I could be. From the moment I got down on my knees, I looked